morning, everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Beatrice. Thank you for clicking in today's video. For today's video, it is going to be an exciting content day. As many of you know, I am a therapy assistant and a part-time content creator. I do content in most of my social media, which is Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I'll link them all down below. Today, I'd like to call today a content day. So as a content creator, in order to be successful and consistent, I have to set up my editing days and my content days. I've been getting a lot of suggestions to do kind of more of like a behind the scenes of what I actually do as a small creator here in Calgary. So today, what we have planned is I have to edit my videos, and then I also have to reply to a bunch of emails, edit some reels and TikToks. But nonetheless, let's go to a coffee shop and we are gonna get some work done. Literally look like a backpack kid. Like, it's so funny. I have no shame into it. I love backpacks, so whatever. And I know everyone's gonna look at me while I'm vlogging, but I could care less. Honestly, whatever it is. Tip of being content creator, do not give a fuck. This career will literally teach you not to give a shit. That 5-second embarrassment is like worth your lifetime in your career. So who gives a fuck, honestly? Regular Americano. First of all, we're gonna tackle some emails. I have a bunch of emails. So if you're a content creator, you have to have your own email and such. And literally replying to all of them can be such a tedious job. But always have your business email with you and always have a separate account for every single thing. And I'm also gonna be replying to all the DM messages, but y'all, it's been a few hours. Only 4:23 right now, so it's been 4 hours since I was working in a cafe, and I was like contemplating what advice can I give from a small creator to another. And keep in mind, I am not yet a huge content creator, influencer whatsoever, but these advice as you would, I don't know, but as I mentioned, I'm not like a professional whatsoever yet. It's just another advice from a small content creator to another, if you are willing. So tip number one is I would suggest scheduling 2 days at least, like full-on content creating work for you, whatever works for you, whether it's at the weekend, if it's at the weekend, a random, I don't know, middle day of the week, evening, whatever. Just spend some like 2 days at least, few hours, 2 hours even max, that you can just solely for your content creating. And I mean this in a way that 2 days where you can break down your editing and also your content day. So I break it down with 2. So Fridays and Saturdays usually work the best for me, and then Sundays usually when I kind of want to get some work done, but I try to leave Sundays as like my days off, like with my full-time healthcare work and also with my content creating. So I find that on Fridays I would usually take all my content, meaning I would do most of my content creating, like filming reels, lots and lots. This is the day where you film stuff. That's kind of how I see my content day. So if I post things like that, that's kind of what I would do. These are also the things that I would do if I'm doing like PR packages. I will definitely go to the post office, grab my mails and whatever I have to grab. Next up, my editing days. So my editing days, I don't know why I keep clapping, like what the My editing days is usually, this is when I do all my computer work, meaning I do all my emails, I do all my DMs, all my emails, all my whatever computer stuff that I have to do, right? So I like to write a to-do list the day before just to kind of get everything sorted out. So I like to do I like to prioritize whichever content that needs to hit due date, right? So that's kind of how I do it. I will prioritize that on my editing days. And then following up with that, I will prioritize most of my Instagram reels that I have to push out. I will prioritize all my TikToks that I have to push out depending on the brand deals or the brands that I'm working with. On top of that, I will also try to prioritize the content that what makes me me. For instance, just content that day in my life. Doesn't always have to be working with brands. So those are the reasons why your audience watch you, not always just because of brands. You want to connect with your audience as much as you can, and you want to. Yeah, you got to give them a reason why, basically why they should follow up with you, why you need, you have to be a part of their routine in some ways. I don't know, but just kind of in a way. Yeah, that's kind of how I see it. Everyone has different schedules. Whatever works for you, you gotta just have to make it work. Before, when I was really busy, I like to take 2 hours maximum of the end of the day, or even on my lunch break, I will try and look at my emails and kind of list down the emails that I have to follow up with, things like that. You kind of just have to be strategic of what works with your schedule. One thing that I learned, and I'm still learning, is that don't make content creating your whole life. I'm so bad at that. That is my toxic trait that I'm learning about myself so far throughout my whole journey as a content creator, and that is definitely something that I want to fix on. Don't make your whole life your content. Make content about your life, if that makes sense. I don't know. What I'm trying to say is that don't let it consume your whole life. You're doing this, sharing about some part of your life. That's why for me, I like to keep my relationship, I like to keep my family off the screen. Those are my two things that I'm non-negotiable. I just don't like it. I try not to. This is my brand. You are your brand. So you gotta think about what makes it work for you. That makes sense? Yeah, as I mentioned, definitely on the first year that I'm going on my second year now. I'm going on my second year now as a small content creator here in Calgary. And these are the things that I want to work with. So yeah, you just gotta find a schedule that works for you. Don't try not to burn yourself out. I've definitely worked myself to the point that I'm just I have no motivation at all. I don't even want to do this. Why am I doing this? Try not to overwork yourself, because the moment you take the fun out of the content creating, that's when you will lose your motivation. You will feel like you're not making any progress. Keep it fun. Prioritize it as your work, but also at the same time, it shouldn't consume your whole life. And these are the advice that I need to follow with myself. Seriously. Literally, that's how I balance my life. I take 2 days, one for editing and one for content day. So editing, strictly editing, emails and such. Content day is more filming, gathering all ideas, brainstorming and such. And then I make sure to schedule my posting days. So every Friday is mainly for my TikToks, Saturdays are for my Instagram, and Saturdays or Sundays are for my YouTube. Yeah, that's kind of the schedule that worked for me.